Greetings, Terrarians, Khaios here. This time of the year in Japan, there are cherry blossom festivals going around. In Japan, cherry blossom trees are called Sakura, and the festivals are kind of like bringing in the spring season. The Sakura trees turn a very, very vibrant pink. Everything's really gorgeous. Lots of pretty decorations around here. And I just thought it might be fun to kind of bring the spirit of that into today's time-lapse build, since the festivals tend to run till the first couple of weeks of April, and then the sakura start losing that vibrant pink and the festivals kind of die down. I just wanted to squeeze this build in before the festivals went away, because I just thought it would be suiting. So I did start with a little segment off camera on T-Edit. I didn't mean for it to be off camera, I just literally forgot to hit the record button, derp. But all I did in T-Edit was knock out the trees near the spawn point. I got rid of the guide just so he wouldn't be in my way. I dug a tiny little pit here and layered it with some brown painted clay so that grass wouldn't grow in it, filled it up with some water, and I hid an ice fountain under the floor just to give it a nice crystal blue look. So the bridge that I'm building over, the Japanese inspired bridge, is going to be made out of deep painted red dynasty wood. It's got some black painted ebonstone brick and some white painted blue tile wall from the dungeon, and there's also some black painted pearl wood fence and some deep red painted rich mahogany fence. Underneath the walkway where we have the false foundation, we've got some more blue tiled wall, and this time painted gray, and I'm also going to be placing some gray painted rich mahogany fence just to lighten up the area so you could still see the plants and still see the grass, and just give a little bit more texture to the false foundation. A row of gray painted hellstone brick topped with a row of gray painted rich mahogany wall will wall off the walkway section. I wanted to throw some lamps around. Here you'll see a lot of red or pink painted lamps in the festival areas. I was trying to do something similar to that here, but it just wasn't looking quite right. So instead of going with the Dynasty lamp, I ended up going with the outdoor lamp. I forgot the name off the top of my head, but it still didn't quite look right with pink or red, so I just decided to end up leaving it completely unpainted. So what I'm building here is known as a Torii gate. It's kind of seen as a kind of holy symbol in Japan, and I just thought that I wanted to place something at the entrance of the festival grounds to just kind of indicate that it's a sacred area or a peaceful, serene area. Going into T-Edit, I'm just going to place the kind of skeletal structure of the trees. I don't like doing the entire tree in T-Edit, but sometimes I find that it helps to just kind of get it started in Tieta, because it can be difficult to place blocks in floating air, so it's a little easier to do that within this application. Once I have the general shape of the trees down, I'll go back in-game and start placing leaves. And these leaves will be painted with negative paint to give it that really, really vibrant pink. I know some people prefer to build sakura trees with some deep pink paint, and I just feel that's a little too dark for my tastes. There are trees that look like that in real life when they bloom, but my personal favorite ones are the really, really vibrant pink ones. And the only way to get that kind of look from leaves in Terraria is to use negative paint on the standard leaf wand. Again, using negative paint, I'm going to line the backdrop of the tree with some more living leaf wall, just to make the tree look a little bit more full, a little bit more realistic. The cutscene there that happened is because it started raining on me. Of course it started raining on me. It always rains in this game. I'd love to be able to just get through one build session without it raining on me. But it rained, so I had to go and kill the rain off and Tieta it, and that's why we got a cutscene. So even though the starting general shape of the tree is nothing like the final product, I do find that it's a little bit better, in my opinion, to place more wood than you need for the tree and kind of sculpt it down. And of course, if I need to, I'll add more wood to bring it to a fuller shape if I need to. But personally, I just like bringing it a little bit down from a bigger shape just to get the tree shape that I'm going for. and I'll spend a lot of time shaping the branches, shaping the trunk, and especially shaping the leaves. It's something that a lot of people gloss over when it comes to building their own custom trees, but I do think that it's a very, very important detail to add. It just makes everything look a little bit more smooth, a little bit more natural, and of course, the more care and detail that you put into your builds, the more it'll show in the final product. Had to go through another cutscene again because it, of course, again decided to start raining on me. But, I mean, what can I do? After the trees are done, I decided to go ahead and build a Japanese-inspired tea house. For the main part of the build, I'm using some white dynasty wall, and then I have some gray painted blue tiled brick wall just for the background layer at the very bottom, and of course some shade wood and rich mahogany fence painted brown. For the sliding door effect, I'm actually using dynasty bookcases. I just feel like they really look very similar to the kind of sliding doors that you might see on some of these older Asian or Japanese style buildings. And then I'm giving it a shadow backdrop to make it look like the room inside is rather dark. And then using a technique that I saw Rulik use in some of his builds, I threw in a Dynasty workbench and a Dynasty chair with a Dynasty cup for just a little seating area right near the entrance of the tea house. Now I'm just gonna go for a Japanese-inspired roof design. In hindsight, I kind of chose a little thick of a roof design for how small the house was, but I didn't really want to go back and change it once everything was said and done. I was overall happy with the way it looked. Again, another cutscene because of rain. 3 rains in one build session. That's kind of rare for an hour-long build, but there it is. Again, so I considered going back and changing the roof, but I just couldn't justify the time, and I think it looked decent enough as is, albeit a little thick. So now I'm just adding some brown painted rope segments with, they're going to be holding some deep red painted slime blocks, and beneath that some dynasty lanterns, just to give a few hanging red festive lights in. I'm throwing some line painted strange plants around just to spruce up the false foundation a little bit. And the final detail that I'm adding is some negative painted leaves on the floor just to look like they had fallen off of the sakura trees. And that is my Japanese Sakura Festival inspired time-lapse build done. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like the way that it looks. And I hope it inspires you to go out there and build some sakura trees of your own. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll catch you all later. Happy building.